All right, guys. So I am going to be attempting to sublimate on a mug. This is a mug that is ready for sublimation that I ordered from Amazon. It came in a set of 8 sublimated mugs. So this is my first time doing sublimation on a mug. And so we're going to see what happens because I ordered the silicone wrap from Amazon and it was supposed to be here today between 5 and 10 p.m. It's 9:08 and it doesn't even show on Amazon that it is out for delivery. So I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get it today. And I'm really upset about that. So what I'm going to do is, let's see, I got a note here. Let's see, 3D sublimation, Amazon. Your package is on the way, but running late. We're sorry for the delay. Now expected tomorrow by 8 a.m. Isn't that a mother sucker? Well, guess what? I want my expedited feedback, so I will be contacting Amazon about that. Anyway, that's neither here nor there, guys. So what I'm going to do is I have my 11-ounce sublimation mug that's ready to be sublimated on. Since I don't have my silicone wrap, thank you so much, Amazon. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to be using this tape, and this is masking tape. I'm not expecting this to be great. I have some heat tape here as well to hold my image down. I have some parchment paper, some scissors, and then I have my image that I'm going to be trying to place on this mug. So this is a Christmas mug. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And I measured my mug so that when I place my decal on here or the image on here, that it stops right at the handle. And then I have it measured where it should cover the entire mug from top to bottom. So, like I said, it's my first time. I did wipe this down with a microfiber cloth before I started taping here. And normally I would have my Cricut to cut this out for me, but I'm just going to wing it because I'm not expecting anything great to come out of this. But at least this will be a chance for me to see what works and what doesn't. And the only reason I'm trying it is because, number one, I'm anxious. And number two is because I saw a lady on YouTube that tried this method and hers turned out really nicely. However, the masking tape, it did look a mess. So she did hers in the convection oven at 400 for 15 minutes. I've seen people say between 12 and 15 because I've been looking at a lot of YouTube videos in anticipation of this day. And I don't know why I did not make sure that I requested the silicone wrap when I requested my mugs and everything, but I didn't. So that's what I get. And I want my expedited feedback from Amazon. So your delay means nothing to me. Give me my money back because I could have got it tomorrow without paying an expedited fee. All right, so I've cut this down to eliminate all the white space on here. And as you can see, my image is mirrored. So you always want to mirror when you're doing sublimation. So now my goal is to get this on here with it being pretty even around, so, and as tight as possible. That's the main thing that I hear people say. Get it as tight as possible. Don't have any leeway in there. So I'm going to shift this over just a little bit because I want it to be even on both sides of the handle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my heat tape to help me line up one side, and then I'll go grab the other side. Alrighty. I was looking so, I mean, Amazon has never not delivered my package on time, so this is the first time, but they still don't get a pass. Sorry, Amazon. I want my money. All right. So I'm going to start out using the heat tape to kind of get this lined up so that it doesn't move while I get the other side done. All right. All right, let's go a different route here. Sorry for the silence, but I want to do it as best I can. And this is how we learn. So when somebody else asked me in my Facebook group, can you just use masking tape if you don't have the silicone wrap? Then I'll be able to tell them based on my experience. I recommend it or I don't recommend it. And if I recommend it, tips and pointers on what to do and what not to do. So, yeah, I really wanted my silicone wrap. I really did. So I think it's better for me to line up this tape like this before I put it on the mug because I was not having success. So I'm going to try to line it up with the heat tape already on the edge and see what I get. So you want to make sure everything is lined up properly. Dang it, I keep getting it right. Okay. So I'm going to pull that back a little bit. And go down. Let's try it now. Still not perfect. You know how you just gotta have something right since everything else went wrong? That's how I feel today. That's how I feel right now. I need this to get right or go right since everything else went wrong. Okay, that's a little bit better. Not really, but I'm gonna have to cut it. I'm gonna have to cut it because it is still a little bit too long on one end. So let's kind of snip it a little bit on this side. That looks good. All right, so this should be the money bag winner right here. So try this again. Make sure I got it going in the right direction. Last thing you want to do is get all this stuff on here good and tight, only to take it off and realize it wasn't lined up in the right direction. All right. Oh, Jesus. There we go. I got it right on the edge of the thing, and then it was where I had the tape positioned. So it's not going to be perfect, but I'm going to have to pull it a little bit tighter because I can feel. So you don't want to have any looseness, and you guys can see that there's some space in there. So I'm going to have to pull this a little bit tighter. So I apologize if this video takes too long, but you can always fast forward. But I'd rather have it as close to right as possible. All right, so what I'm going to do now that I got it lined up better, and now the goal is to get it as tight on this mug as possible now that I have it lined up. So I don't have anything overage on the top. I don't have any overage on the bottom, which is how I want it. I did not want to have any overage. So now I'm just going to take the other little parts of this heat tape and make sure I have it taped down really good. I was excited about doing the convection process with the heat, with the mugs, silicone sublimation mugs, because all I thought about was no more epoxy. Not having to do the epoxy anymore. And I know this process won't be, I don't think, as hard once I get my my silicone wraps. But until I get them, and I won't do another mug until I get them tomorrow. But since I'm not sleepy, I decided to jump on and just give it a go. All right, so what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to get I'm going to get this all nice and lined up on here, and I might pause the video so that it doesn't have to be super long, but I am going to show you everything that I do, even though this is not the process I'm going to be doing going forward. But this is if you don't have a silicone wrap and you just want to practice, then this is one of the ways that you can practice. So my goal is to make this as tight, the image, as tight around this mug as I can without any space and any gaps before I put the parchment paper on here. And then once I put the parchment paper on, then I'm going to put this masking tape on top of that. All right, so I'm going to pause the video here. I'm going to come back when I start the parchment process, and we'll go from there. Be right back. All right, guys, I now have my parchment paper cut to the size that I need it, and I'm now going to apply my parchment paper on top of the transfer paper. Alrighty. I'm going to apply the parchment paper on top of the transfer paper. Normally the reason you would normally use butcher paper. That's what's highly recommended, is butcher paper. But I don't have any butcher paper, so I'm going with what I got. And you use this so that when you have your silicone wrap, that this will keep if the ink leaks through, that it leaks through to the butcher paper or to the parchment paper and not into your silicone mat. You will not be able to see it, but the next time you use your silicone mat to do a mug, it can show up on that mug. So that's why you want to make sure that you use butcher paper, or in my case, I only have parchment paper. So I did read a couple of areas that said parchment paper was not the equivalent because, and they gave the reasoning behind it. But again, this is going to be my test mug to teach myself of the do's and don'ts. So I will know going forward not to do certain things, but right now, I tell you, it is a task getting this. I'm going to have to get a tape dispenser thing for this heat tape because it can be a mess trying to get this tape off that thing. All right, I'm going to start getting ready to put the masking tape on. The goal is you want this image on here as tight as possible. Now, it wouldn't be so bad for me if I had my, if I had the silicone mat, but I don't. So, all right. So I'm taking my fingers and I'm pulling tightly to make sure that I have this parchment paper on here super tight and not wonky. And what I mean by wonky is like where it's just gonna come off. Okay, so I'm gonna start here in a minute using the, Jesus Christ, every time I pick up a piece of this tape, it is not meant for me to do this mug. I know this is what the sign is. But pull as tight as you can on your masking tape, not masking tape, on your parchment paper or butcher paper, whatever you're using, pull it as tightly as possible so that there is no pockets of space. Because again, the goal here is to get this parchment paper on here as tight as possible. You want everything tight and snug. Tight and snug is what we're looking for. All right, so I'm going to take a little bit of this and hit the top of this mug because I can kind of see a little space right there. And okay, there we go. And then I will start with masking. I'm just going to come around this top up here. Okay. I'm going to have to do one more thing with this masking tape because it's got a mind of its own right now. It's not masking tape. I keep calling this stuff masking tape. This parchment paper has a mind of its own. It's like snug one minute and then pops up the next. Okay, I'm going to start doing the masking tape because it's irritating me. So here we go. I'm telling you, it is a sign. This is a sign that I'm not supposed to try this. It's trying to save me this mug. That's what it's trying to do. All right. So since I'm on my last leg here with this masking tape, I'm just going to bring it around. need to cut it. All right. All right, I'm going to go around again. Again, pulling tightly as I'm going around, because this is hopefully going to give me a little bit of the tightness that I need to ensure the transfer takes place. And you don't have to worry about too much where the image is not. It's only really where the image is, but I'm just trying to make sure that I have it as tight as possible on here, so I don't have anything on the handle, if that makes sense. Okay. So I'm going to keep putting this masking tape on, and then I will come back when I am done. All right, guys, I have now covered my entire mug with the masking tape. I think I have it as sealed as best I'm going to be able to get it sealed under the circumstances. And what I'm going to do now is put this in my convection oven for 12 to 15 minutes, baking it at, or doing the convection at 400 degrees. So for this part of the process, you want to make sure that you have one of the little oven thermometers gauges that you can put inside of the convection oven to measure the actual temperature inside of the convection oven. So I'll go ahead and get it heated up, get it up to about 450, so that when I open the door, some of that heat is going to come out. So of course it's going to lower the temperature from the 450. So hopefully I can get it back to the 400 pretty quickly if I have it up at 450. And then what else? I have heat gloves, because this thing is going to be super, super hot when I place it in. Now, I was told to place it upside down, so I will be placing it upside down inside of the convection oven, just like this. And what else? I will not be dipping it in any water. I was also told not to dip it in water because you can risk chips in your mug. Now, some people may say, I never got any chips in mine. Well, thank you. Very good. Okay. But I'm not going to be placing mine in any water. All right. So I'm going to hope for the best on this mug in lieu of not having the silicone wrap. Okay. So at least I can say the first time I tried it, I did XYZ. I tried that method before. It didn't work for me for whatever reasons, because I think I got it as tight as I possibly can under the circumstances. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get it in the convection oven. I might take a little bit of the video of that process just to show you guys. But I'm going to pause this video for right now. All right, so wish me luck. All right, guys, this is the convection oven. You can see that I have it, actually I have it at 400 because it stinks. I guess it's because it's new and it's the first time, so it started to smell to me. And I have it on convection here, and I have it a little bit less than 20 minutes. But I will lower that. You can see that I have my heat thermometer on the inside, which will help me to gauge when it reaches 400 degrees on the inside. And then I have my mug all ready to go. So I just wanted to show you a little bit of that process. And then I also have my heat mug, heat gloves that I'll be using. I highly recommend that you guys get something like this, because you don't want to get burned, you know, messing around with these mugs. And things like that. So yeah, that's where we are right now. So I will come back when it is all said and done and do the reveal with you guys. All right, so I'm going to put it in when it reaches 400. I'm going to put it in, and I'm going to do it from about 12 to 14, 12 to 15 minutes. All right. All right. All right, guys. It has now finished the process, and this baby is hot. And who ain't finna take no chances is me. Okay? Not finna take no chances. I'm here. The mug is sitting here, and I can feel the heat where I'm at. So, not taking no chances. I have a couple of things to kind of help me to get the all the wrapping and everything off of here. So I'm going to show you guys. I have a pan on the bottom, and then I have the mug, a towel on top. But I'm telling you, this thing is so freaking hot. Like, so freaking hot. Oh, Jesus Christ. The things we do for crafting. And I could tell that even with these gloves, baby, I'm not about to burn myself. That ain't about to happen. So, I can see that the little tape, masking tape, held up pretty good. But I can see where the coloring started to come through. So I may have cooked it longer than I needed to. But you're going to be sitting here with me witnessing what I'm about to reveal. Okay. So go ahead and get this masking tape off. Whew. This thing is hot. When I tell y'all it's hot, I'm not joking. It is hot. And who not about to put their hands on it is me. Come on, masking tape, get off my hand. When I wanted you to stick, you was acting a fool. Okay. We're gonna get all this off. Okay. So hopefully you guys can see this pretty good. And we're gonna see if it was a success or not. All right, so you guys can see this is the coloring. In here you can see even the image started to embed into the parchment paper. So this is what will embed into your silicone wrap. So it's very important that you really cover your mug really well. I probably could have got away with maybe like 2 sheets of the parchment paper, and I don't know if I guess the butcher paper would have held up a little bit better, but you can see the coloring and the image coming through on this parchment paper. So that's what would be on your silicone mat. So that's why you want to make sure that, you know, put some paper in there, butcher paper, line it up really good, get as thick as possible so that you don't risk getting that tape, getting that sublimation ink into your silicone mat, because if you do, and you may not be able to see it, but the next time you sublimate a mug, you will be able to see it on your mug, and you'll be saying, what's this extra blue my mug, and it came from the previous mug that you sublimated. So let's see what we got, y'all. And it looked like it did do something. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh my God. What I ain't about to do is take no chances with this hot mug. Oh, it's so pretty. All right. So like I said, I can feel that heat from this thing. And my heat, that must be a pretty good convection oven because my heat stayed at that 400 without any issues. Even when I opened the door to put this in, it still maintained the heat on the inside. So it didn't like go down to 300 or 350 or whatever. So it held up pretty good. All right, let me see if I can hold it without burning myself. There you go, guys. So, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. So, that's it. And you guys can see where I stopped to alleviate or to allow room for the handle. And that's what I was trying to line up earlier, so it wouldn't be a whole bunch of white space over here or more white space on that side. So I think it turned out absolutely gorgeous. So let me pull this up so you guys don't have to. I think it turned out absolutely gorgeous, even without the silicone wrap. Now I'm sure with the silicone wrap, it may have been even more vibrant and prettier, but oh my God, in that light, I wish you guys could, let me see if I put the light over here, if you guys can see it a little bit better. It turned out absolutely beautiful. So that's my Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's. And I lined the top and the bottom of my design, as you guys saw. I lined it so that I would have like a line across the top. But guess what? No more epoxy. I don't have to worry about sealing this. It's a done deal, baby. It's a done deal. I don't have to do anything else to this. I am in love. Started out rough because I didn't get my silicone wrap, but I think it turned out absolutely gorgeous. So you guys tell me in the comments what you think about it. I did my design in Microsoft PowerPoint. I did not use Cricut Design Space at all. I did everything right from Microsoft PowerPoint. So if you want me to show you how I designed this mug, put in the comments that you want me to do a PowerPoint presentation, not a PowerPoint presentation, but a tutorial. These gloves, I don't even feel the heat, but this thing is still hot. But if you want to, and see how it's nice and clean on the bottom, but if you want me to show you how I created this in Microsoft PowerPoint, then let me know, because you guys know Christmas is coming. Would be a very nice Christmas gift. And I got this image off of Google of the little chocolate girl holding her little coffee mug. Look like she got some hot chocolate, hot cocoa or something going on. So yeah, that's it. So for this, project, I will leave in the descriptions everything that I used, where I purchased everything from, and what else. That's it. That's the process on sublimation onto a mug. This is not a Dollar Tree mug. This is a mug that is already prepped for sublimation. And I'll leave the information on where I got these from on Amazon. Now, over time, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to find better places to get my mugs and stuff like that. And a matter of fact, I have some tumblers and some more coffee cups that are a little bit, I think they're 15 ounce, that are coming. So you guys gonna get sick of me and this sublimation. But I think for a first time, I think I did a really, really good job, guys. I think I did a really good job for a first time on and not having a silicone wrap. So big ups to everything that I used. I would give it a thumbs up because I didn't have any issues. The only thing I would highly recommend is instead of using this parchment paper is to get you some butcher paper. So I will be getting some butcher paper and not using that parchment paper. But I did it at 400 for 15 minutes. I did do 15 minutes. 400 convection. And if you don't have convection on your oven, then it may say turbo, but turbo or convection is what you want to put it on. And then I did 15 minutes. Of course, I let it preheat for the first 5 minutes, and that's about how long it took for it to get up to the 400. But once it hit that 400, it pretty much stayed steady. And I was watching my little temperature gauge, oven temperature gauge, and it did really good. So that's it. All right. If you guys are in my Facebook group, Candoris's Cricut and Creative Crafters, thank you guys so much for being in my group. And if you are currently subscribed to my YouTube channel, thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel as well. And if there's things that you would like to see me try with the sublimation, just let me know and I will try it. And if you are not currently subscribed to my YouTube channel and this is the first time that you're seeing me and you happen to like my tutorial and my way of teaching, then please like, share, and subscribe. And also click on the bell notification in the top right-hand corner so that you will be made aware anytime I upload any YouTube videos, okay? Which I do often, as you can see. Oh, and check the playlist because in the playlist, I have sublimation in a category by itself and then additional crafts out there. So check my playlist on my YouTube channel so you can find the videos that you may be looking for easier. But that's my story. I'm sticking to it. And you guys know my motto is each one reach one so that each one can teach one. All right. You guys have a great day. Bye.